Hello and welcome back to another installment of Fodder, and I have a couple things to go over. First and foremost, I completely messed up yesterday's video. This will be the third time that I'm recording what was going to be yesterday's video, and I just gave up on it yesterday. But what happened was the first time I didn't have the audio on, so it just recorded the video, and that's the second time that I've done that recently. So that's a kind of a disturbing trend that I need to take care of. But then I re-recorded it because I caught my error early enough in the day that I had time to re-record. And I accidentally deleted it before I could transfer it over to my computer and do post-production. Therefore, there was no video yesterday. I actually had a video that was kind of important. What I talked about in that video was Arcanine. We'll go back over Arcanine again. This will be my third time at this, so I should be pretty good at getting my thoughts across about what I think of Arcanine. But also, my Discord celebrated its 1-year anniversary yesterday, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who makes it the community what it is. You know, this isn't Fortnite. This isn't Pokemon Go. You know, this community is not the biggest gaming community, but for the Discord, and I say it's my Discord, and it's really not. It's everybody's Discord. It just happens to have my name on it. I could not do it without my mods, but there are people on there who data mine. There are people on there who come up with figure concepts. There are people who help with deck building. There are people who continually bring different type of Pokemon games to the Discord. There's tournaments. There's a lot of things going on, and for the most part, everybody there is good. You know, like as far as helping build the community, because a strong community makes for a better game and a longer lasting game. So I do want to say, even though it's a day late now, I do want to say thank you to everybody who is a member of the Discord community. Absolutely appreciate everything that you guys bring to the table. Now, having said that, let's talk about Arcanine. I'll be the first to admit, when the leaks came out and I saw that Arcanine was that you were going to be able to buy Arcanine, and that it was $30 for the major package. There's 3 different packages. 17, 23, and 30, I believe, are the breakpoints on that. I shook my head and I was like, wow, $30 for a single figure. That's something. And that was my first thought. And if you are the same way, you know, I totally get it. But here's the thing. I kicked this around in my head all day yesterday, most of the day yesterday. I did not buy Arcanine when it first came out. I was like, wow, that just seems like a lot for a figure. But in the end, what made me decide to go ahead and pull the trigger is actually a couple of things. A, because I'm creating content, I want to be able to bring you the information so that you guys can make decisions that are not the developers telling you what you should do. So I give unbiased. I give my opinion of different figures, different things throughout the game. And so I could not really comment on the figure if I didn't have it. So there's that. But also, I kind of just started doing the math on this. I bought the $30 US dollars booster or whatever special deal, and what you get is you got Arcanine, you got an EX figure, you got 310 gems, you got 10 rare metal EX, you got 10 ingot EX, and 150 carbonite. Now let's think about this. Let's just kind of break down the math on this a little bit. If Arcanine is an EX figure that you want, because it's going to be available in the next banner, more than likely. And in fact, if it's not available next week in booster packs, I'd be shocked. But if you want Arcanine, you can buy it straight away. You can get enough resources to make it level 6 and chain level 1 for $30. Now, I will say that the chain level 1 is, you know, it's whatever, because a lot of the booster packs now, figures are coming with 1 chain level. So that's not as much of a selling point. But you are buying a level 6 figure, and not the figure you get is level 1, but they're giving you the resources to instantly make it level 6. You follow me on that? Now, let's say that your stance is, Pokefodder, that's ridiculous. I'm not paying $30 for that figure. That's fair. I totally get it. The booster packs come out, and you're like, I'm gonna pull. Cool. Very cool. I wish you luck. But the math on it says that you can expect to spend 7,900 gems before pulling Arcanine. Now, here's the thing. And before you even jump down and hit comment, why would I spend 7,900 gems? Because 1 gem equals 1 material. Why would I spend 7,900 gems when at 4,000 I can just mat it? And you're right. You are completely right. But the math says that unless you're lucky, you can expect to spend 7,900 gems before pulling an Arcanine. And that's if they have the double the odds of pulling the new figures like they currently do in the booster packs. So you're not going to spend 7,900 gems. You're going to spend 4,000 gems, and you still don't have. So you open, what is that? 8. You open 8 10 packs and still do not pull the Arcanine. No big deal. You have a bunch of other figures, right? I mean, you didn't get the one you wanted, but you have a bunch of other figures. Okay, I get it. So you go and spend your 4,000 materials and you craft the Arcanine. Well, your Arcanine's level 1. You see where I'm going with this? Now, we've already established that you're probably not free to play. If you're even having this conversation, you're probably not free to play. So if you buy the $8.99 packs, you get what, 879 gems. So you've purchased a couple of the $8.99 special deals. You're probably not getting to 4,000 gems, and you're going to spend more than $30. It's going to cost you more than $30 to get to 4,000 gems. And at the end of the day, you're going to have a level 1 figure again. So then let's say that you decide, okay, well, I do the loyalty rewards every month. Cool. That alone is going to get you a ingot EX, rare metal EX, and 27 Carmonite every day. It's going to take you roughly 10 days, a week and a half, in order to have all the materials, and you're going to spend significantly more than $30 to reach that level where you get those rewards. So at the end of the day, if Arcanine is a figure that you want, if you like the figure Arcanine, it is significantly cheaper to just buy it outright. Now, all that being said, you could get extremely lucky. You could buy a single boost. You could have a single booster ticket and get it. It's entirely possible. The odds are not in your favor. And that's where I'm going with this, is if you want the figure, it is cheaper to just buy it. Now you can get into the whole, well, it's fun to open boosters. Yeah, it is. You're not guaranteed to get the figure that you want. And if your other argument, counter argument is going to be, yeah, but I'm going to get 10 figures. You're right. what are you going to do with those figures? You've got to fuse them away, and that's going to cost resources. Or you could exchange them out for coins, but then those are kind of expensive coins. So that is what made me decide to just go ahead and buy the Arcanine. And in fact, I think that it is a better investment. If any figure is just available and you want that figure, I actually think it's better to just outright buy it unless they change the pay structure on it. Because I got a level 6 Arcanine. I didn't make it level 6, but I had the resources to make it level 6. And I got 310 gems to go along with that. So, you know, I basically got 300 Carmenite, or 300 materials on top of my figure. So there you go. So that is my stance on Arcanine. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? And this is all built upon the premise of Arcanine is a figure that you want. If you don't really care if you have Arcanine or not, then there's no reason to just straight up buy it. Go pull the boosters. And the boosters are a lot more fun than just buying the figure. I kind of enjoy the I want a guaranteed figure. But let's look at Arcanine. It has the ability of Flame Turbine. Can MP move past Fire-type Pokemon and burn Pokemon? If this battle opponent is affected by a special condition, the battle opponent's spins are shifted by 1 segment clockwise. Okay. It is going to have 12 miss at level 1, and I said it would probably have 16, so I'm glad that I was wrong. I'm glad that it only had 12, although that's going to leave 2 slices of 8 for miss. So at level 5, we have 4 miss, a 20 wheel slice of Searing Shot, a 24 wheel, and Searing Shot's going to burn, a 2-star purple, 24 wheel slice of Flare Blitz that hits for 80 damage. If this Pokemon is knocked out, the battle opponent becomes burned. So those are both moves that are going to benefit Arcanine down the road. You know, and if they roll gold into you and knock out your purple, well, that doesn't really benefit you. But you do have the possibility of rolling Searing Shot, burning your opponent, hopping over your opponent, and then attacking. Very similar to Mega Blaziken. Now Mega Blaziken doesn't have to hop over burn figures, but when it hops over, it burns, and then you can attack. So loosely similar there. And then a 44 wheel slice of Extreme Speed, 120 gold, that starts at 40. And I believe that is bigger than Rayquaza and equal to Greninja as far as gold slices, but this one hits for significantly more than Greninja's 20. You'd have to land 6 times in order to get the same damage output. And at level 10, your extreme speed is going to be just over 50% of the wheel. Now, I have looked over the past day and few hours or whatever. I have been watching the featured duels, and I have to say that I don't necessarily like the way people are using Arcanine in their builds. For the longest time, I've made the contention that if you're going to craft a figure with your materials, you need to be crafting a final piece to complete your deck, whatever deck it is that you're running. And I'm kind of going to do a 180 on that in regards to Arcanine. As it relates to Arcanine, I think you need to build a deck around Arcanine. So you buy your Arcanine. It needs to be run with electric types and with fire types. Because where Arcanine is really going to shine is by laying back, letting attackers go in front of it, either paralyzing or burning your opponent's figures, and then letting Arcanine push up the field with these figures who are going to lose a wheel slice because of status condition. But then on top of that, the wheel is going to shift, giving you, for the most part, a very, very strong potential of just flat out knocking out your opponent. A lot of the decks that I've seen, they've just kind of thrown Arcanine into whatever it was they were running that didn't have a lot of status effects. Like the deck I'm running here, This is my new and improved Gen 1 deck that I'm experimenting with. But Arcanine doesn't benefit a lot off of this. It is just kind of a gold attacker in this deck. And I feel like, well, Mew's gold is pretty big too. So Mew may actually has a bigger gold than Greninja and Arcanine. So there's that. But where I think Arcanine will really shine, and next banner will most likely be a fire banner, and we've been told that we are going to get more support for Arcanine. Arcanine was released early for the gym. Let's call it what it is. And the one thing that I will say that I'm not a fan of, the direction, is when I first started playing this game, the boosters, you could have like moss or orange boosters, timed boosters down here, and they would include figures that would potentially be useful in the current Gen Cup, and then they went away from those. But the banner that you pulled from, if you wanted to spend gems to open, would contain figures that would be useful in a gym. And now it looks like they have shifted to making you buy figures that are going to be most useful for a potential gym cup ahead of the gym. And I kind of have a problem with that. It's you know, I wish they would kind of level the playing field a little bit. I think it's better for the overall health of the game if they would bring back like the moss and the orange boosters. And by moss and orange, that was just the color of the booster. I wish they would bring those back, because you still had really low odds of grabbing a good EX, but you did have that potential, and you had the ability, especially if you're free to play, they're timed, so you had the potential to pick up a lot of figures that would be useful in the gym. And if you're just starting out in the game, you would also, you know, you may not have a whole lot of fire or either rock or ground type figures for this current gym, but with those timed boosters over the 4 or 5 days, you could accumulate some figures that would be useful. And that is the sad part of it for me. But let's jump into the gym while we're here. If we look at the event details, get rare Heat Rotom EX Cube as reward for achieving victory. Fire types are going to gain +1 MP, and even though it doesn't say fire type 3 MP are going to get +1 MP, Entei is 4 MP off the bench. Rock types are going to get +20 on their white and gold attacks. If we look at the dual rewards over here, you can see I only have two wins, and I've only played 2 games. So EX ingots, rare metal EX, you're going to get 100 Carmonite. Rare cubes, you're going to get a Rotom, some gems, and then you're going to get Heat Rotom, an EX cube, and then ingot EX. Briefly looking at Heat Rotom, if this Pokemon is on the field and is not affected by a special condition, your fire-type Pokemon take 30 less damage from the attacks of fire-type battle opponents. This effect does not stack. Seems pretty useful in the gym. I kind of would like to knock out the wins. How many wins does it take to get there? 15. I'd like to knock out the 15 wins and then throw that thing into my deck, because I'd have a nice little advantage over my opponent. And then you're going to pick up another Rotom at 10 wins. We'll go into more detail on the wheel after I pick up Rotom, so look for that probably next week. We're going to jump in. I have enough energy to play 2 gym matches, so I'm going to put my 2-game win streak on the line. Mew. Well, this old McDonald here is not really running anything of a gym deck, but okay. I don't know why you'd bother to take 2 Mews to level 10. But say, Lovey, I'm gonna have a hard time knocking those out. I'm definitely not going to evolve my Combuskin into Blaziken because there's, Combuskin's better against Mew. So I'm going to open up with my Chandelure. I'm running X Speed, Swap Spot, Scoop Up, and Double Max Revive with the Flame Energy. Flame Energy is not necessarily going to be useful. Chandelure, Zoro, Arcanine, Moltres, Entei, and Combuskin into Blaziken is what I'm running. Alright, so now we're going to take our Entei and just threaten goal on turn 2, 3. They're going to have to take a runner and block off the goal here, which means I'm going to move over to here to threaten goal once again. Just threaten the goal again. It's going to have to cover goal. I will then... Very interesting decision there. I'm just going to go threaten. We're going to threaten goal here. What is my opponent running? Hurdle jump, hurdle jump, hurdle jump, goal block. Oh, man. That's pretty funny. Missing is not going to work there. I will bring out my Moltres because I can fly over everything. I can't believe I rolled the miss there. Either blue or purple would have been a winning roll. We're just gonna block that off with Combuskin. And I think we're good there. I think. Let's see what he wants to do. Okay. So that works. We will actually... We're actually going to bring Arcanine onto the back row. My next play is most likely going to be Revive Chandelure and bring it out to here. Most likely. So we will bring our Chandelure out. Zoro doesn't have a great matchup against Lunala. And this is most unfortunate so far that I can't get anybody to roll even a neutral turn at the moment. That's fine. We're still going to press forward. And I actually feel like I just want to get rid of this penguin. No. Dodge. I guess I'll go ahead and max revive my Moltres on my next turn and bring it out. He doesn't have max revive, so if I can start getting some of his figures knocked out, that would be great. See if we can line up this Mew. We are going to max revive one more time here. Let's provide a little bit of protection here. And then my next move is most likely going to be Combuskin into Mew. this will be the one time. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that because that's going to get rid of the penguin. Okay. So now I feel good about this, unless I roll the purple into gold. Okay. So that solves that. I'm not going to evolve. I'm going to leave Combuskin as is because he does have another Mew. So now my decision becomes, what do I do next? See what my opponent wants to do. I'm going to go after my Chandelure. It'd be nice if I get knocked out. The burn would be nice. That works. Definitely okay with that. So now we're going to take Combuskin up the outside lane to threaten taking over the entry point. Lunala's burned, so it's not nearly as effective. It still has that ginormous Moongeist beam that we definitely want to be careful of. But as far as the attack, it's not going to have my damage, which means Zoro is now in play, basically. All right, gonna go for the scary face, I guess. That didn't work out. All he has is hurdle jumps and goal block, so I think I'm in a pretty good position to keep a stranglehold on the entry points here. Unless he starts rolling Moongeist Beam all over the place, then it's going to be hard to hold these things down. But Combuskin's still not going to be a great. I need to get my Arcanine up onto Lunala now, because Will-O-Wisp is going to go away, which means I can beat the 70 when Moongeist rolls over, and I can beat the Will-O-Wisp, which is going to turn to a miss from the 70 when it rolls over. Cyclone Kick would be great here as well, and no. Oh yes, Cyclone Kick is good. We're not going to evolve. I forgot about the -10. And I think I'm just going to go this way. Feel pretty good about this one now. Lunala was causing some problems. Okay. We'll just move over here. He's going to have to move the penguin. And I know it's Empoleon, but he's going to have to move the penguin. If he doesn't, I will go for the surround. And okay, we're going to have to put that on hold for just a minute. I'm going to have to put that one on hold for just a minute here. Hopefully we don't get iced. That would be the bad roll. Well, and God, we rolled another bad one. So that is GG right there. And we're going to pick up our third consecutive win. That's going to be an Ingot EX. So very nice. Always like the gold. As long as the writing is kind of on the wall here, McDonald. And the proper thing to do is just forfeit or concede, and that works too. So good game to McDonald. Do you notice how it said all my figures were 2 MP? Kind of odd how that happens. But there we go. Victory. I have enough energy for one more, so we're going to go ahead and knock that down. Arcanine really did not even get involved. Not really. Arcanine did not get involved at all in that game. But at the same time, I didn't burn much either. In fact, I think Lunala was the only figure that I burned. that entire time. Yeah, because I knocked out Mew with Combuskin, so that wasn't a burn. And Empoleon got knocked out by Moltres. Yeah, just burned the Lunala. That was it. Torcat didn't get burned, or Litten didn't get burned. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna go up against Aggron, Litwick. Okay, so we're going up against the Dark Lord here. And what I will say is, I'm gonna trigger Flame Energy pretty quickly in this match. My goal is to trigger it pretty quickly in this match because I don't want Litwick evolving. And in fact, I'm actually going to do it first. And I could have been aggressive and gone straight after his goal, but I definitely don't want Litwick evolving. And now the only figure that it can evolve off of is my Zoroark, because nothing else can be burned. In order for it to evolve, it's going to have to burn or knock me out. And if I lose to the 20 roll, that is bad news. So we're going to go straight down and threaten the goal. See what Dark Lord wants to do here. X speed. Interesting decision. We're going to switch out from my Zoroark. Hopefully he rolls the cross counter. Okay. Cross counter into protect. We'll bring Chandelure up, see if we can get the swap spot cheese. Ever so delicate. It'd be great if he just runs up and tries to threaten my goal here. He's going to try to go around the backside here. Okay, so we're good for one. One more white and it's GG. And that is... Oh, no, it's not. Because now I have the weight. So we'll bring Entei up. Interesting decision. I don't really think that he has any winning rolls to knock me out. But I get weight. God, you've got to be kidding me right now with this. All right. So now we'll bring Arcanine up. Okay, I think at this point, I think the game is over. Yes, and my opponent is conceding. That is going to be game over. And cross counter is going to roll. I could swap spot cheese, but there is no reason to. We will just take the victory. So there you go. A couple of interesting rolls there where my opponent gave me weight. And if you didn't notice, they did add dual IDs to tournament games or gym matches. So now you can watch those as well. So there you go. Once again, Arcanine didn't really do anything. But we'll definitely take the 10 gems. Call it a successful video. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What do you think? Is Arcanine a good figure? And don't base that off of my game here because Arcanine was a non-factor. Let's open up this booster before we take off. And we're going to get Pupitar, Snooble, and a couple of other resources. So there you go. That's going to be it for today. I apologize again for the lack of video yesterday, and I do want to say thank you again to everybody who is a contributing member, whether you just lurk or you actually contribute information to the Discord. I appreciate everybody being there, and that's all I got. So until next time.